Okay, good morning. Hi, so we have,
Probably better to taking that picture while you're in the picture.
here we go. We have, okay, so we have Wink here up on McGraw, on the corner in the northwest corner of the top roof, and Big Red's over on the other side in the full sun. So we're gonna go have a look at her. So this his dad. He looks awesome. And we had the Northern Lights last night.
Oh, Mama! Oh, what?
Oh, I guess where is she flying?
I lost her.
Okay.
Oh, for crying out loud. I assume that was her, right?
I don't know. I didn't see anybody.
Oh my God, yes.
Morning, Danny. Morning, Tequila. Morning, Grins. Hi there. Hey, Noel. All right, so Dad's up there on the tower, and Big Red was on. So he's up there on that corner there, and Big Red was around on the other side, on the sunny side. And there's Jaden. I guess she just floated over. I was gonna go around and show her, but she just floated over. Um, and she's somewhere. So, so yes, we had the Northern Lights last evening, like a lot of other people apparently, which was awesome, right? And they were actually really hard to see. I mean, you have a hint of them being there, at least around here, with the naked eye. But when you put the phone camera up, especially if you use like night sight or something like that, it's pretty amazing. So hi there, you're welcome. I'm glad that you're good, Marge. Okay, so I have to keep tapping here in order to be able to see the chat. Yeah, Danny, you're welcome anytime to come on over. Absolutely. Good morning, Danny, Noel, and Grins, and Birdie. Yeah, and Birdie, you hop on up here and let me get this side where the I gotta dial it back all the way out. Work my way back from back focusing. That's pretty good, I guess. Yeah, so I thought there was something there on the from the back deck, so we got some pictures there, and it turned out really nice. And then I don't know, woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and saw that there was maybe a little bit of green out the front of the house. So took a picture and showed it to Cindy, and she says, I said, I wonder. Okay, he might be going there. So drove over to the golf course and walked out on the course. And And like I said, it's, you know, you see sort of faint like lightness in the sky, more or less, and maybe a little bit of texture to the light. And it's not until you actually like put the phone up that suddenly you take this, you know, long exposure night profile photograph, and it's like, wow, you know, it's quite beautiful. I mean, it's still subtle, at least where we are, but it was quite, you could see some streaking in the color, and green and pink and things like that. So the traditional northern lights. Anne Marie had a beautiful photograph that she took from her house, very vivid pink. So grains, we've been generally good. Keys made it through Milton. He and Lenny made it through Milton in good shape and stuff. They were prepared, and the eye went to the south of them, and Joe and Carolyn evacuated out of the Tampa area. So they're not sure what their situation is yet, but very happy that you and your family, you and your husband are good. And we just have like 36-degree weather here. That's all in our neck of the woods. So today, in honor of 36-degree weather, as opposed to 39-degree weather, I put on my long dress slacks. Not going to get carried away here by putting on, but I have to admit I do have on a like my heavy sweater, and I have my sort of my light winter coat on. So I'm gonna step away for a second and see if I can see where Cindy's gone down the hill looking for Mom. Did you find her? Should I come down? All right. So we're gonna trek on down the hill here. So I think Cindy has Mom. We go this way. I'm coming down. Okay. So in case you're wondering, yes, I'm taking today off. I'm not sure exactly what she's doing. Seems like she's coming back up the hill, even though she said, like, what am I doing? Ah, okay. She has stopped and she's pointing a camera, so that tells me more information. Oh, and she just took off. And she's flying. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, my phone's not turned off. I'm going back up the hill. I'm gonna head over toward the underground library here, the overlook. You can see her in that tree there. Hope she stays put. She's hippity hopping around there. All right, this is a pretty nice angle here. All right, there she is. Whoa. There you go. Wow. That's pretty sweet. Right, so she's right there in that tree right there. Pretty glorious, right? All right, Jan. Yeah, it's gorgeous here. Freaking cold, but gorgeous. There's some stunning color. I see. Got it. All right, so she went and tried to get a mouse on the ground and went to the tree down further down the slope where Cindy was, and then she came over to the pine and over here. Yeah, looks like it. It looks like he's gone. So Wink might be gone. So some way, in one shape, manner, or form, BR tried to do some hunting there. So there's that beautiful tree there. Isn't that glorious? And then there's the beautiful oranges that are going to glow when the sun hits them later on. So is it not a ton of color? There's some color over there on the West Hill, but I don't know. Every time I see some of these maples, it's like, yow. I really wish I had that kind of color in my yard. I'm laying a paper towel over the phone. There we go. She's all lit up again. Isn't that nice? Hi. Yes, Bertie, that's true. I do need to plant the right trees. Well, we have a paper bark which has some nice color to it, and we put in Stwardias like long time ago, and because Cindy saw them by Day Hall and she liked them, and they just have not turned out to do much of anything. We have a little weeping cherry. Our Japanese maple has very pretty color, but none of them are like these. The Azure maples that they have over by plantations are pretty spectacular. And yes, we have that pinky stuff again. I know, pretty sure that, in fact, I'm certain that this has to do with the fact that the camera is seeing part of the adapter and thinking that it needs to help me out, you know what I'm saying? When you take it off of take it off the scope, then we don't have that. But as soon as you put it on this eyepiece here, I think the phone says, "Here, let me help you out." Because last night when I was taking some pictures of the aurora through, trying to take it through like the back door, whatever, 2:30 in the morning, then I saw that there's this like orange glow on the door reflecting back, and I thought, a pink glow. So I said, yep, I'm in night sight mode, and I've got the and the camera is struggling to try to figure out what it's supposed to focus on. And I think that this actually may not so much be the having to do with night, but having to do with like focus ranging. Like some cameras have those little LED lights on them that are like autofocus assist. So that's kind of like, I think this is what might be happening here, is that this is like trying to do some autofocus assist. Anyway, I have to see if there's a setting there. So box elder tree right. Hang on. Yeah, I got nothing. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it, Birdie. That's what I used. So yeah. So then when I went outside without having something in front of me, either on the deck or over by the golf course, yeah, it's amazing because you see a slight lightness to the sky with your naked eye, at least around here. But then when you put up the smartphone and you go into like on the Android, if you go into night sight mode and you hold it up there and you fire it off and you just hold it steady while it counts to 2 or whatever it is, 2-second exposure, and you look at it and go, wow, I don't see that with my eye, and it's like amazing. It's a combination of the exposure and the profile that the camera chooses, and it does a great job because my photographs weren't as vivid as like what Anne-Marie had or whatever, and so I thought, well, okay, I love them the way they are, so I texted those to folks. And then this morning I said, well, I wonder what it looks like if I adjust the photograph, because I often do that with daylight photographs from the phone, either to raise the shadows or whatever, do something, you know what I mean? And generally it works really well with daylight photographs, but the night stuff, now the camera picked the best profile combination of settings for that night shot, and I thought they were just gorgeous. But I was so like amazed. I wonder how many times we've had the aurora here and not realized it because of the fact that you'll look over and the sky's glowing and you say, oh well, there must be something over there or whatever, Anyway. Yeah, they probably do. I'm actually not sure, Birdie, that's true. You'd have to look up what the f-stop is on smartphones. I know that they have a wide angle. I think they're like 50 or 55 millimeters when you're set to 1x zoom, which is that's a short lens. I mean, that's like supposedly what the human eye sees as far as zoom length. But I'd have to look up what the f-stop is on them. I mean, it only works if you have, like I said, the night sight is, the long exposure setting on the phone is like half a second, maybe a second, I'm not sure. I don't think so even. Whereas the night sight exposure is set to like a minimum of 2 seconds. And in fact, I wonder, that's a good question. There was when I was looking at the meter ticking down on the night sight, it seemed like it was starting kind of like in the middle. And it actually looked like there was like 4 seconds worth of possibility. I have to look at my settings to see if there's if it can be set to 4 seconds. But anyway, very enjoyable, very, very nice. Cindy loved it. She thought it was awesome. So there's a, I'm in, as Keys would say, I'm in rambling mode here, but basically there's a, Danny was saying that she's got a hill behind her, and I'm not exactly sure where she lives, but there's a hill, a summit here in the area. That rises above all else, and it's called Mount Pleasant. And Cornell actually has an observatory up there, and it's pretty wide open actually. You drive up there, and there's a little bit of trees here and there, but it's mostly wide open field and stuff. It's a long rolling ridge line, just like everything around here, like the endless mountains in Pennsylvania. It's the same sort of deal here. But this one rises above the valley to the east. So when you're up on top of Mount Pleasant and you look down, you're looking way down on Bradfield Hall and Cornell. It's like, Cornell, you get up in Bradfield and you're looking around and go, wow, this is like the highest point around. Well, it's actually not. You get up to Mount Pleasant, which is a couple miles east of town. And you're pretty much way up there. So I was just thinking, we were talking about it a little bit last night, but hadn't seen the aurora yet. You know what I mean? So now that we have seen it, I just wonder whether or not that could be a marvelous place to go up there and really have a full view of the horizon in every direction. And see what can be seen, right? Well, I'm glad we have our winter clothes on this morning. I'm glad we have our jackets on. I don't know. They may be, I think they've got some drain lines, some pipes down there. Cindy's asking if they're doing something. I think they're, well, we have the memorial, that's her down there. It'll give you an idea of the size of things here. And that's McFadden there, I believe. Lion Hall is behind the pine that's behind Cindy. And you can see they've got construction going down on Memorial Arches there. They're putting a new roof at a minimum on there. And then behind these trees where Big Red is, so like I said, she's right there. So down below there, there's construction equipment, and Cindy was asking, are they building something down there? And I was just looking over there. It looks like they've got irrigation pipe or drain pipe. So they may be digging up the drain lines there. She's turning around. Wow. Hello, gorgeous. You gonna go down? Yep, this is definitely BR. Off she goes. Well, the red-tailed hawk right there. That's Mom. Her name's Big Red. And it looks like she's heading up to Lion Hall. Yeah. Yep. That's Lion. All right. So we'll show her from here. For them to, at this very instant. I know. She said she's on Baker. I said no, she's on Lion. She says whatever. And then she yelled up, she says, I was a North Campus girl. This is West Campus here. All right, let me get that over a little better so I can take a screenshot of her. I need to adjust something here. All right, that's cool. When we get these shots like this, you get a very interesting perspective, and I got something is. There we go. Sorry, I had a leg. I was wondering why I was having to level my scope. It's because I had a. So that cell tower dish is not the most picturesque thing in the world there, but you get the idea. So we had yes, it's Big Red, and Wink was up on McGraw Tower, and Big Red was on the sunny side of McGraw Hall Tower. They were up there together. He was on the northwest corner down below in the shade, and she was in the sun up above, and we were going to show her, but she basically took off and went down the slope while Wink was still up there. So Cindy went down the slope to find her, and she did find her way down at the bottom. She did a little bit of hunting, missed her mouse, and then went into. So they were up there on that tower. Then BR went down there, and she missed her mouse, and then she went into that central pine, and then she came over here for a bit, and now she's looped around that set of pines there to the right of them and back onto that onto Lion Hall. And I like it a little bit crooked, if you don't mind. I'm just joking. I actually do, but I don't want to be accused of something by someone. So I in the spirit of our times, I will self-censor myself, so that social media and the government don't censor me, and I will go ahead and straighten up the image. Good morning, Ostrich. Good morning, Kathy. Okay, we're starting to see some youngsters trekking up the slope a bit. Right. I really do want to have this thing more level. I know, and Birdie's going to say, Karel, stop fiddling with it. And I'll say, Birdie, I'll fiddle with it if I want to. There we go. Right? Turned out pretty good. Okay. All right. Let's zoom in on her now. Isn't she pretty? It's not a bad image from how far away we are. Probably about 200, 250 yards away. Yes. Dan is correct. Upper class dorms. West Campus is for upperclassmen. So these dorms were built back in the day, maybe 100 years ago. I'm not sure. The Gothics. When were they? They preceded the U-Hauls. So the U-Hauls the Gothics were already in place when the university halls were built behind them. So as part of the GI Bill, there's just a whole ton of folks. I mean, Cornell has just a whole history with the military, and we can go into that more. And I can go into that more, and probably not as accurately as I should. But anyway, after World War II and the GI Bill, then there were a ton of ex-military, former military that came to Cornell, and they had to have housing for them. So they built these kind of not attractive buildings, and they came to be known as the U-Hauls. Wow, look at her up there. That sun, amazing. She looks pretty crispy. And anyway, so they were there for years and years and years, and even after the surge of returning GIs. And then in the early 2000s, under President Rawlings, I believe, they had the West Campus Housing Initiative, and they, I think it was that early. Yeah, it was like in the middle 2000s, between 2000 and 2010, somewhere in the middle of there, they basically knocked down the U-Hauls, and they built the new West Campus housing there, and you can see it there, that line of roof line there with the seemingly smokestacks on them and stuff like that, with the metal roofs. I'll show them to you. So that housing there, it's actually not bad. It looks pretty good. And it fits in well with the Gothics. So they did a nice job on it, actually. And the whole deal was to put upperclassmen there and have the freshmen on North Campus, which they then built North Campus housing, the freshman housing, which was not a massive success. Our son went through that, and yeah, a marginally successful. I mean, the buildings were kind of sort of nice, okay. I mean, they were nice, but just some of the housing concepts that were there were not exactly what we were looking for, or anybody. So then they rethought it again. Trying to catch her, see where she goes, get an understanding of where she went. Anyway, so having professors live in. So I'm trying to remember, was freshman housing North Campus housing first, and then West Campus housing, and then the new North Campus housing like 2 years ago? I don't know. I'm losing the order here. But anyway, the least successful was the first freshman housing, and the most successful has been the West Campus housing and the new North Campus housing. But anyway, yes, it's upperclassmen primarily. So we're gonna have to go wandering down here and see if we can find Mom, because I'm not sure how far she actually went. She might have gone into that top pine onto the right side of it. I'm looking. So I may actually skim over this way onto that knoll, so I'm not so much right below the tree. So that might be no bueno as far as seeing stuff. Well, I'm glad that your brother brought you a Jenny there for your house, Marge. Isn't that pretty? I do have vignetting off to the left, but I'm not going to mess with that right now because when I put it on the scope, it seems to work. So that's the good part. She might have gone. Where are you, woman? And I'm actually talking to both BR and to BOGette. I didn't think I saw her go all the way through the tree. Well, maybe I have to go down a bit. Then we have to check that tree there to see if she wound up in there. A lot of wet, long cut grass here. Got to be careful about. So she could have slipped past this side, the right side of the tree. From there's lion there. Could have slipped past that tree and not actually landed and gone through the gap here. It's probably what she did. I don't see her here. She was about the height of these trees when she went through. About the height of this little tree. So she wouldn't have landed in there as the branches are too uninteresting. That's a possibility there, but I'm guessing that she will look here as we go through here. But we're going to turn right and go this way. Let's see if she's tucked up in here somewhere. Where did Cindy go? All right, Big Red, are you in here? So we're gonna do it. There she is. Okay, I see her. I mean, I see Cindy. I don't see Big Red. Huh. There's no drain here. It's probably what they're doing down there is working on drain lines or whatever, something. Where'd she go? No, she took off. Yeah, she headed this way, and I thought she stopped in the central pine, but I don't see her there, and she might have slipped through this opening here, and I come this way. This is where I'm looking next. There she is. Yeah, she's like, you gotta look up. Look up to the middle of the tree and go up about. Hang on.
Hey, I've been all over. I don't know where we went.
Okay,
Yeah, literally.
I got it.
Did she get prey?
No,
Oh, she just flew here?
she just flew here, yeah.
Got it.
There she
I
is.
don't know where he went. But chasing useless robins.
Useless robins.
Not that they were making a big racket, but
No.
where is your mama?
Here, you have to come over here. I'm actually
Weasel.
looking through the tree. You come a little bit
I
further.
see her.
You see her? That's what I'm saying. You might be able to see her from up there somewhere.
I'll let you know.
Well, I just wanted to get her on the scope before I go trekking up there. She made a long, level power flight to get over here. All right, so there's our pretty tree. Come on. There you go. And she's up there through there. She's on that little branch there on the other side of the tree. We're looking through the tree at her, as I just mentioned. And pull it this way a little bit. Okay. All right, we're gonna go up, trek our way up there for a few minutes. And Cindy said she's been looking all over for the winky dink. Marge, you gotta haul me up this hill. I'm so sorry about what happened down there in North Carolina and eastern Georgia. Eastern Tennessee.
I guess I'd try here.
Ah, yeah, I see her.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, that's fine.
definitely
For sure, for a few more minutes and then.
maybe he'll pop it up the butt.
And he's not just like sitting in the tree like down below her, like.
No. Oh, he wasn't. I searched all over. I mean, best I could, but you saw how long it took me to.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's get ourselves situated here. Yes, and I'll deal with the. What's we call it? I'm gonna have to pull out a little bit here.
Look,
There it
there
is.
she is.
All right. Yeah. It's fine. I'm gonna go into the middle of that little pine tree there.
Huh?
I might get a stick-free view of her.
I'll take one more peek down this way from me. Can you imagine that view she had from up there?
Oh, from Lion?
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
I mean, like, unbelievable.
Yep. I agree. There's her beauty. Wow. Talk about gorgeous, huh? Another scap. Another scap. Yep, she is well hidden. For sure. Yes, you are. You're so gorgeous. So gorgeous. If I were a hawk, I'd definitely be chasing you around. Good morning, Yuri. Alright, can we zoom in on her a little more, or is this it? I can't remember. Oh, we can get in there. Lots more. Knock her down. There she is. She's tucked up in that tree. That's where she is. Tucked up in the tree. Get ready. Big Red, you gonna look at us, love? There we go. Close enough. Close enough for government work. What's a few $1 billion here and there? Oh, beautiful glowing eyes. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. So Wink's around here somewhere. We had him first on the stream at the very beginning up on McGraw Hall on the northwest corner at the base of the mansard roof, and he was in the shade, and Mom was up on the southeast corner at the very top in the beautiful sunshine, and we were going to show him for a moment and then go around and show her. And but then she took off and came down the slope, and Sydney went after her and found her at the bottom of the slope, and she did go try to get a mouse, which she didn't get, and then she worked her way through the trees over into the central pine, and then over south to the south end of the slope, right west of Uris Library. And we had her there, beautiful, up in the tree. And then she scooted around down the slope at an angle around the pine grove and over across West Avenue up onto the top of Lion Hall there in the Gothics, up onto the smokestack. And then was there, beautiful, and then she took a power flight across at another angle, heading northeast, past the central pine and over here into her big tree here. And we were over there on the overlook with her earlier, when she was in her southern pine, and now she's over here, and she's buried up in the tree up there. And this is what they're after now. When they cut, you can see these mouse holes that start to appear right there. There's another one over here. So this is what they love about when they cut this this grass. This is just like Ezra's field, and also whatchamacallit? What am I trying to say? At the bottom of Live Slope is this way, and at Holy Cow also, but not so much Holy Cow because that gets trampled and eaten. But Ezra's field and the bottom of Live Slope. Every time they cut grass here, it becomes mouse land. You didn't find him? Okay. Got it. And this is what they love. They love to just sit here and catch mousies all day long. So you said she went after a mouse but didn't get one?
Well, I'm guessing that's what it was.
Yeah.
She was on the ground quite a while. I tried. She was in the shade, the deep shade.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to see, but I tried to call you twice.
Yeah, I don't have to check that phone because it's not coming through. It's not coming through.
It was working, whatever, last weekend.
I know. I know.
It was very nice. There were two ladies that waited and let Mom do her thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they were like, I mean, they saw me with her, you know what I mean, and they saw, so we were all far away from Mom. And, you know, afterwards they're like, wow, I've never seen a hawk do that.
She was dancing on the ground.
She definitely saw something walking around, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
She wasn't doing a lot of digging, but
Yeah. Yeah.
something caught her eye. Where'd Wink Billy Wink go, Mom?
Wink, Billy, wink. So anyway, Wink's somewhere, and Mom has done a beautiful little tour of Live Slope here for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and you notice the chimes aren't on, right? They haven't been on.
Why?
The clock, I don't know. They turned the clock off.
Oh, it must be because of construction or
Yeah,
something.
yes.
Yeah, that chimes master lady last weekend said that they can't get up. You know, the public stairs, public access is closed up to the chimes. So I guess they're lucky if the chimes masters get up there. I guess she said that you can turn off the automatic chimes, you know, for the clock. And they do that sometimes, and they'll ring the clock chimes themselves and stuff for fun. I guess it's the low C, and you can either do it by hand, like the carillon. I mean, it's just part of the regular carillon, right? But you can do that one either by the things, or they have pedals. And she said the low C takes so long you have to give it like over at least a second before the thing actually hits the bell. So she says it's really hard to do the timing on music because you have to know which of these things you have to like pull early in order for it to sound correctly within the rhythm of the music. You know, I would go crazy. I mean, I guess you'd have to start out as being a pianist or something, and then add some jazzy adjustments in order to be able to play it on time.
Like learning a new music language.
Exactly. Danny's cute. She says sounds like Losi. She says, I can just about hit it, but you can't hear me. Oh. I can do a Losi. Anyway, she's beautiful there. Come have a look at her.
Well, I'm sure she's gorgeous.
Yes, I got you some beautiful scaps.
Way, way up there. Oh, wow. Yes, she is.
Look at those bedroom eyes of hers.
Pretty girl.
Wow, it's up to a whopping 41 degrees. Yowzer, Mom.
You know they're going to get rid of real fuel.
Really?
They're not going to report real fuel.
Why?
I some talk about it. Like I said, I definitely think we're probably going to turn the heat on someday.
Yeah.
They're hiding somewhere.
Yep. And she's here in the shade, but that's okay. She's got glowy leaves behind her. Ah. Big Red, I got mouse holes right here next to me. I'm surrounded by mouse holes. He's not back up on McGraw, is he?
No, I've looked at.
All right.
Pop up eventually.
Yep. All right. It's almost 9:30.
Yeah.
You're driving the ship, not me. All right, gangsters. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, Marge. So happy that you guys are good. Keys is good. Karel and Joe are good. And everybody take care, please, and enjoy your Friday morning. What did Danny say? Hi, FB. Hi to everyone. Really busy working with Karel, babbling on in my ear. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate that. All right, you guys take care. We'll see you. Love you all.